We got a flashback for a second because I fuck up the story like I always do. Yep. 93 when I got my store.
All right, yep, before you ever made papers.
Before I made papers.
Before you even got rated.
Before I even got rated. Yep. 93, and I'm building up that store for the people, and they're telling me what they want.
Yep.
One of the things they told me they wanted was, I guess I could say the name. Well, I probably shouldn't. I won't say it. A certain brand of natural cigarettes from America. That was not so popular back then in 93. So stores didn't carry it. Now it's everywhere, but it wasn't at the time. So they wanted me to bring it in. And the dude's telling me, oh, you're going to love it, dude. It's so natural. It's natural, 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 natural. I said that word to me 100 times. It's different than a Marlboro. You're going to love it. Oh, my God, it's different.
I think I for sure know what you're talking about.
Right.
But I'm not
and I'm like, okay. Yeah, I was going to just give them another chance to come after me. Please, not. I don't want that again. It sucks. So it's like, hey, dude. No, I'm good. All right. So now I bring in the cigarettes for the guy. I have to buy a whole case of it, I think. And I was just like, wow, it's a big risk, but I did it. The guy was ranting, and he comes in. I give him his first pack, discounted. He's all excited. Hey, you want one, Josh? I used to smoke back then, so I'm like, hell yeah. He pulls it out, and dude, it's a bright white, bleached out, full of freaking calcium carbonate, which is basically chalk, cigarette paper thing, cigarette. Oh. And I'm looking at this white thing, and I'm like, that's not what I was envisioning at all. That's not what I was.
That sounds disgusting.
Well, it's a regular, in a way, and I don't want to say anything that's going to get them to get
It's not meant for. It sounds like.
No, it was cigarettes, and it just looked to me like a regular Marlboro. It looked to me, as a person, my individual personal opinion, it just looked like a regular, typical white cigarette.
Yep. And
I was so disappointed. I was so upset because what I was envisioning with all my knowledge of rolling papers, and at this point I had a collection that was maybe 1,000 or 2,000 deep. I'm picturing it's going to be this translucent brown natural paper that I'm envisioning wrapped around where you could even see the tobacco through it. This is going to be the greatest cigarette ever, man. And I get this fucking chalk stick in front of me. I'm like, what the fuck? So I thought about it that night. I was like, what the fuck? I was really like one of those moments where it's like, huh? And I get home. I get really stoned, as I often did. And I thought about it. What the fuck was that? What kind of bullshit was that? And suddenly I realized, I thought through my whole collection, I realized I had never seen the paper that I was envisioning. That when I say we, that means us humans, that I don't think we had ever made that paper. It had never existed. And I realized right then in 93, I need to make that fucking paper. And even then I knew what I wanted to call it.
It just came to you. You were like, I need to make
that
this happen.
paper should exist. I can't believe it doesn't exist.
So reining it back in a little bit to the early days of your papers. After you got rated in 96, you started out in the paper game, had some failures, some early successes. When did Raw come along? 2005
is when I fully launched it.
Okay.
It had been building up to it. I'd been trying for a long time to get someone I needed the base sheet. Jose Emilio has a rolling papers factory. That means he doesn't make the base sheet. Mm-hmm. He buys from mills. It goes to him. He would then take it, cut it, watermark it, press it, cut all these things to it, and gum it, and customize it in all these cool fucking ways, print on it, flavor it, all this shit. But you need someone to make that base fucking sheet. Mm-hmm. You got to get a mill to make that. And no mill was giving us the time of day when I was trying to explain to them what I wanted, from what I remember. There was one small mill, I can't remember the name of it anymore because it got bought out by a large corp later.
Yep.
That finally was willing to make the base sheet. They were the only ones that even showed any interest. And they made the first, it's called a mother roll. A mother roll is like as big as this room, and it's about 17 miles long.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so when you're committing to mother rolls, it's a very big financial commitment, especially when you don't have much money like I do.
It's a brand new brand.
Yeah, brand new, a concept that has never been tried before that I know of.
Your very first buy of a roll for Raw was one of these mother rolls.
I think I had to get I had to get a few mother rolls.
Oh my God.
Yeah, because the factory, no one wanted to. Okay, mill's been making paper a certain way for. Many of these guys are hundreds of years old, right? Mm-hmm. My preferred mill, one of my favorite, is along a river in France, and I believe they are 150-something years old now. Go to a mill that's 150 years old and tell them to change the way they do shit. What do you think they're going to say to you?
They'll laugh you out the door.
Right. And some of those machines are 100-something years old. They're going to look at you like, okay, kid, get the fuck out.
Yeah.
So I got a lot of that. I don't blame them. I understand the resistance to change. That's part of humanity. But these one guys, Feuerstein, I think their name was, were the only ones who were willing to listen, at least consider it. And eventually I went back. They had said no, of course. I went back to them because I kept getting stoned and thinking about, what can I do? What do I do? No one will make this. You can't give up on your fucking dreams.
You just got to keep trying.
So I went back to them and said something ridiculous like, hey man, if I ordered 100, they sell about a ton. If I ordered 100, I'd order 1,000 tons of this or 10,000 tons of this, you would make it for me, right? And they were like, yes, of course. I'm like, okay. So what is the actual number I have to buy in order to get you to make this bet?
It's not going to be that.
It's not going to be, I think I said 1 million tons. I said something ridiculous just to get them excited. And then I was like, okay, what do I actually have to buy? And they told we negotiated on that, or Jose Emilio negotiated. I don't remember exactly how it went, but one way or another, it was a lot of fucking paper, and it all went up to Jose Emilio, and he made the first booklets of Raw. And I believe he made them in 2004 or something. I think we launched it in 2005. I have this memory of my daughter Coco. She's being born, and I think I got the shipping documents. It was all like it was like she was born at the time when Raw was born. They were like co-born. Shit. Yeah, something like that happened. It was so cool. Yeah, she really is the Raw baby. And so Raw comes into America really in 2005. Now people don't know what to do with this thing because it's brown. They've never smoked a brown rolling paper before. What the fuck do I do with this? Mm-hmm. It's different. I'm scared of it. I just knew that they would like it if they tried it. So in the beginning, I gave a lot of it away. We would go to concerts, we'd go on tour with the Jet Life, any of this kind of stuff. All we were trying to do is give it away, not because of I wanted to give it away. If I can just get you to try it, you're going to love it, man. Trust me. I've smoked a lot of rolling paper, and the few people I've gotten to try this, my crazy hippie friends with the dreads and everything, they fucking love it. They say it's the greatest rolling paper they've ever smoked. I just got to get it into your sesh circle. Come on, get it to your friends. Try it, bro. Try it, please. Try
take it.
Right. It was like that in the beginning. And once I got into the fucking sesh circles, once I knew what I needed to do. Yep. Once I got into those sesh circles where I got people to try it, and you could tell who the dude was, especially with the stores, with anything, you knew who was the head of their sesh circle. The guy who was like the real stoner. Like, give him the fucking box. Just get it out there.
That guy.
That guy. Get him paper. Get him paper. And once he would try it, I know he's going to love it. He's going to understand what I'm doing here. And they would smoke it, and it would taste different. There was no added calcium carbonate to it. It was just completely different. It wasn't bleached. Like, what the fuck is this? It tastes different. You got it in the sesh circle. Everybody smokes it. Everyone gets this experience that I'm trying to give them, which is more akin in my mind. I'm trying to give them the Jack Herrer experience, which he would tell me, a bunch of tribesmen around a campfire throwing hemp on the fire and inhaling the smoke. All right, what's that like? That's what I'm trying to give you with this paper. I'm trying to bring you back to that level. You know what I mean? As primal can be. And if I can just get you to experience it, you're going to fucking love it. So now you bring it to your sesh circle. You and all your friends try it. Everybody fucking loves it. They're like, I don't know what this is, but it feels right to me. It just feels
my lungs the right
way. It just feels like part of what like my history or something. I don't understand. It's like, it feels like biblical. I don't understand.
I should have always smoked this.
Right. Now, next time you go to a smoke shop, you're like, and if you ask a guy, what was that? Raw. Next time you go to that smoke shop, can I get a pack of Raw? And you bring it into your sesh circle. Another 8 people, 10 people get to try it. Another sesh circle, another, until eventually all these sesh circles basically interconnect around the fucking planet, and Raw becomes like this massive, maybe one of the best-selling rolling papers of all time, Yep. It's fucking awesome.
And that's the thing with weed products in particular is really you just have to make a good product.
Really good product.
Because it's... when you're a business in this industry, this is one of the most social industries ever. You sell someone something, they're immediately going to take that and probably show it to like 10 of their friends, if not more.
Yeah.
Or in some way they're going to see it. So like,
that's great, isn't it?
It's awesome. Yeah, it's super
fucking
great.
The social aspect of this industry, I think, is the best aspect.
There's so many different walks of life that all connect over a joint.
Yeah. I think more than any other industry. As I think about it, I never really thought of this before. I wonder if it's the case that we are the most interconnected industry out of any industry on Earth.
I think the flip side of that is there's a lot of drama in this industry. And I think that in part is also because there's so many different personalities that are all connected by the joint, Yeah. It's an interesting thing, though. I think that is one of the coolest things about weed, though. These products, like, advertise themselves. Like, yeah, you can run a commercial if you want, but it's not going to have nearly as much of an effect as like 100 stoners take your shit and go smoke with the homies with it.
Yeah, I know.
That's going to spread like wildfire.
That's what I try to do.
So when you guys first launched the brand, you're just giving out all this free product.
Yeah.
How long did it take to actually find some success and realize like, damn, this is going to work out?
Years. It was selling in the beginning. It always sold. Just it wasn't strong. We also had it was difficult. Really difficult. Clear papers came out. I don't know if you remember the clear rolled.
Oh, the like completely clear ones that almost felt like plastic.
Yeah.
Yes, I remember those.
Those I made some of those too. I found out what they were made out of, so I made ones that I thought in my mind.
What were they made out of?
They're made out of basically it's plant cellulose that's been given essentially an acid bath that turns it clear, and then you add usually glycerin, some kind of glycol, in order to make it where it stays pliant, and that's how you make it. It's called it's really called cellophane. This is from Josh's understanding. If I'm wrong, I'm sorry, guys. I'm doing the best I can here. So cellophane is named that from cellulose. And it's before we had plastic, us humans, before we had real plastic, like petroleum plastic, we had cellophane. Early wrapping would have been cellophane. You would make it in this old process. You could smoke it if it was uncoated. You could smoke it because it's really just plant cellulose that's been given an acid bath and some glycols to keep it pliant. It's a very simple product. It burns black as fucking night and harsh as fuck in my experience.
Yeah, I don't remember liking them, but I remember the novelty was crazy.
The novelty was crazy.
It was like, yo, I could see the weed in there.
Yeah. And now, so it comes out, it has that big boom where everybody wants it for a second, and then boom, it falls off a cliff, and clear paper sales stop. All these distributors are stuck with pallets of clear papers, and now we're calling them saying, we want you to try this new paper. And they're like, I've already tried a new paper. Fuck you, go away. I'm like, no, this is different. It's not a clear paper, I swear. No, I'm good, man. I got lots of clear paper. Like, it's not a clear paper, I swear. We had a lot of resistance thanks to the clear paper fiasco. But little by little, it still grew because everyone in that session circle really wanted it. They would go out of their way. They'd travel miles and miles and miles to get that pack of raw. And because I come from a store background, I built the product in a way where I consider the store to be, in a way, like a sort of partner. I want them to make a really great margin, just like I did when I had my first store. I wasn't paying that much for the packs. I was making a great margin. I know what it's like to have a store. I know what it's like to have the feds kick your fucking door in with a machine gun. And little by little, though, people really wanted it. And what I was trying to tell you was I made it where the stores have a really good margin on raw because I love those stores. I know what they've been through. I know how hard it is to have a store. I believe they deserve a really great margin. So I built it into the product for them to really do well with it and to thank them. And that was part of our success because we brought the stores along with us.
Yep.
There's a business model people try to build, especially in the cannabis space, where it's like this. It's a reverse cone. I'm up on here making all the money, and you're down here. You're not going to make anything. I'm going to decide what margin you get. I'm sorry to use that voice, but I don't like these people that think this, these corporate types, and
They suck.
They suck. And it's like, no, dude, no. The store will charge whatever the market will bear. The store gets to decide what the price is. Charge them as little as is fair.
That's really important for the culture, bro. Like, that's huge for the culture. There's not a lot of brands that really give a damn about the smoke shop, and smoke shops, especially nowadays, are struggling. It's tough.
I know.
Dude. Hard to run a smoke shop.
I know.
So,
I know.
I mean, that's love right there. That's super.
And
that's badass.
And we kept it that way for all this time. The last time I checked, and again, I could be wrong, many of our key competitors charge, are you ready? Basically double compared to what they pay for a box of raw. I don't know why. I think they're using some kind of tobacco pricing thing where they give kickbacks or some kind of weird shit that I don't understand. But I looked at it, and I was looking at what a certain competitor was charging for a box of raw or they're equivalent to a raw 1 1/4. And I was like, wait, that's exactly double. It can't be. I must be looking at it wrong. But I don't think I was. So when I look at that, I'm like, you're trying to make it where the store isn't making much money, right? That's what you're doing. You're thinking you could charge that much. And I'm thinking, yeah, I could charge that much too, but I don't need to. I'll charge less. And then the store will make some more money, and maybe they'll even lower the price, and the consumer will pay less. Everyone's happier. I'm doing great. I don't need to raise my prices.
I mean,
this
I
is
think
awesome.
that's a big reason why, like, you guys are, I mean, at least in my opinion, the most recognizable paper brand, just from, like, all my years going to the smoke shop, Raw is always the one that's front and center. Always.
Yeah, people love it. They fucking love it.
And yeah, the shops, like, if you go to a smoke shop and you ask the smoke shop, like, yo, what's a good paper for this? 9 times out of 10, they're going to tell you Raw.
Yeah.
When I was young, and I'd do that with all my homies, and granted, it was guys who shouldn't have been selling to us because we were like 16. I
don't want to know about that.
Even as an adult, too, you go into the smoke shop, I ask, like, hey, I want to roll giant doink.
Yeah.
What's the best paper? They're probably telling me Raw.
Probably, yeah, probably.
Most of the time. And you guys are also behind, or you yourself are also behind some of the other big name brands like Elements too, which is one of the biggest brands out there.
Yeah.
I always find it funny. I saw when I put out questions for this episode, there was one comment I got in particular. There was someone who said, can you ask him why raw papers, like why his papers don't smoke as good as his competitors, like Elements?
I'm like, all right.
And I was like, dude, well, that's the same thing.
Wait, again, remember what I said earlier? Every human being has more synapses in their brain than there are stars in the galaxy. We are all so unique. We're all so individual that person truly believes that whatever paper it is, or they tell me I like whatever paper Rizla better than yours. I'm like,
hey, that's
okay,
right,
dude, that's completely your choice.
Yeah.
You actually believe that. That's okay. I understand. You're an individual.
That's
what you
100%
choose.
their ball game.
Yeah. I'm trying to and it's another reason why I make so many papers, because I'm trying to to accommodate everybody and make everybody happy, which is impossible. But you go as far as you can.